Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to episode 2 of Rebuilding Swansea City. As always, thanks for joining me. Hopefully you enjoyed episode 1 and that's why you're back for this one. So while you're here, why not smash the like button? It really does help me out, helps the episode out, helps the channel out, helps the series out, and I appreciate it. It's a brand new year, it's 2020. How crazy is that? I've lived in 6 decades now. 6 decades I've lived in. Jesus. And I'm nowhere near 60. I find that mind-boggling. But I hope you had a great night. I think I was asleep by 10 o'clock. I don't do all that partying on New Year's Eve anymore. Married with a kid. So yeah, episode 2. Episode 1 was great. I loved it. A bit different. Couldn't sign any real players. But we managed to get ourselves out of the division and back into the Premier League. Now we have Premier League money. I have a vision of youth. I was going to sell quite a few players, cut quite a few players, and build a new, young, exciting team. It was a busy summer. Way busy. It was mental. Absolutely mental. But I've loved it. Played Season 2 a couple of days ago. I'm about a third of the way through Season 3, so I'm hoping Episode 3 will come out later in the week. Hopefully. But yeah, as always, thanks for joining me. If you want to support the channel a little bit more, you always pledge to my Patreon. But for now, let's get stuck into it. Right then, we've got loads to get through, so I'm going to have to do this a bit different maybe. When it comes to ins and outs, I sold a few players. Got quite a bit of money for them, to be fair. And then I pulled all my resources and attacked a shortlist that I'd made. Now, I did mention this in episode 1 about the different tiers of youth players. You have like the top tier, which are probably the wonder kids. And then you have like tiers, like a tier below that and one below that, who are still very, very good young players. They're not wonder kids, but they're still going to be great players. And that's the kind of market I wanted to go for. So I was going into that shortlist and I'd have a couple of players for each position that look the same, and you can go for one. The club will come back and say, yeah, you can have him for 65 million. So you say, no, you're okay. And you go to the next one and they might want 10 million. Now that probably does tell you that the 10 million pound player isn't going to be potentially as good as the other player. It still means he's a good player. My scouts, I've scouted him, scouts love him. That'll do me. Once he gets to our club with my staff and our facilities and hopefully play some Premier League games, we can turn him into superstars. So I was going to end up finding a load of players and using a load of players I've never heard of. Mainly never heard of. Never used before. So it excited me. Well, this is the squad I've got going into this second season. Quick look at it. You might recognise some of the names, you might not. But if you look at some of them ages, they're amazing. We've got a really good young team full of potential here. And I love it. Absolutely loved it. It was hard. Like I said, I was going out there scouting. And I had sometimes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players for each position, and you just work your way through it. That's all I ever do. It can take some time. You've got to have a bit of patience. But I did it. And I think we put something together that's pretty cool. I've had to go into the loan market again. I think you always do when you're a club like ours. But I managed to get together with the money we had at the start of the season, we had about 60 odd million, close to 70. Sold a couple of players, we had about 80 million. And then I stretched these deals out. I always stretch these deals out. I can buy a player for 40 million, but I'll only give them 5. The rest of it will come over time. Now you can think of that as a risk, but as long as you're in the Premier League, you'll always be fine. We're going to start at the back and work our way forward. I'll try and be as quick as I can. And we had 2 new goalkeepers. The first is probably going to be our start this year. It is Mr. Bodart, 22-year-old Belgian we've got from Standard. And it cost me 7.5 million layout, and it will go up to 20 potentially. But his value's already gone up. I think he's a decent goalkeeper. He's young, he can improve. My scouts liked him. But we needed another one. And that is Anthony Rasiopi, 21-year-old Swiss lad, who I like as well. I like him to be a bit taller, but this kid's got decent potential ability. We're going from Lyon. Again, it's going to cost me 20 million potentially. That's if he plays for freaking his country and so on. So we might never have to pay that money. It cost me about 5, which is cheap, I think. And again, his value's gone up. He's at the Premier League. His value's gone up. We could already probably sell him on. At right back, we've still got Connor Roberts. Great season for me last year. I think he deserves a shot in the Premier League, and he's going to get one. Now, as one of my backups, I've promoted this fella. Can't say his name, but he's from the academy. He's got great potential. I noticed that when I took over Swansea. They've got some really good young players. Probably around the -7, -8, probably 7 potential, but you can still turn him into a great player. Next up is Kevin Roog, right? Now, Kev, I've brought in as a utility player really, because he can play at right back, but he can play defensive midfield and he can play in central midfield. So that's 3 positions in our tactic. What a handy player to have. He's from Switzerland again, which is great. I like the fact we're getting different players from smaller European nations. I like Switzerland for many reasons, but we won't talk about that. At left back, I've had to go to the loan market, and we brought in Pierre. I'm shit with names, but his potential is amazing. 20-year-old Dutch lad from Ajax. They have some fantastic players. We also have Jake Bidwell, who's decent. Probably his last year with me though. And to give this kid a taste of first team football, I've promoted him. He will probably play in the reserves for most of the season, but he's left-footed. Again, he's got loads of potential. He needs a face, so I don't know if he's real. But that's 2 young fullbacks we've got at this club. On to my centre-halves, and the first one is David Betella. My scouts absolutely adored him. Again, he's not a wonder kid, but I think he's a fantastic young player. It's going to cost potentially 34 million, but I've only paid about 7 for now. Again, he's got to score 50 goals to pay off most of that. That is a bit of a loophole in the game, honestly. You can usually get a good chunky transfer fee through goals. And if he's a striker, then be prepared to pay it. But when he's a freaking centre-half... Next up is another player that really excites me. Another fantastic young centre-half. And it's Armel Bella Kotchap. I want to call him Ketchup. That's going to be his nickname. He's only 18, but he's German. And I've been part German. I love a German. We've got it from Bochum. It's cost me 3.6 million, but he's only going to cost me 13.5 eventually, and that's what he's worth now. Our third centre-half is Joe Roden, who's already at the club, young 22-year-old, decent player. Again, we'll wait and see if he's going to play more than just this season. And then last but not least, I had to go back to the loan market. You know, you can get as much money as you can. You can stretch that money and get some great players in, but once you start stretching that money and paying wages, I think you're always going to have to get in the loan market, and I don't mind that. I like loaning players. I think it's great. We've got Piers Shears from Ajax, another good young player. I mean, they have got some fantastic youth, and it does kind of make you feel about going to Ajax for a save, trying to keep this youth at the club. Onto the centre of the park, we've got quite a few players in. The first is Filippo Melagoni, and I know about him. I've had him on something else. Again, he's not a wonder kid. 21-year-old Italian. We've got him from Pescara. But there's a lot of players like this who are very good, very decent potential players at small Italian teams. Now, he's going to potentially cost 30. Again, I've paid 5. Our next best midfielder is Matt Grimes, a player who he was fantastic last year. And again, I think he deserves a pop in the Premier League. Next up is Miguel Luis. Again, going to cost me around 30 one day. Didn't cost too much on the initial outlay. Now, his potential isn't fully maxed, and I think that's maybe why my board initially said no. So I had to go back. And that's happened a few times, you know. There was great players I've found. Put a bid in, they wanted to speak. I've done the contract, and I've come back out, and the board have gone, no. No, it's not happening. So, that can happen. But this one didn't. They came back to me and said, yeah, go for it. Our next player is Jay Fulton. Again, was here already. And if you look at Jay, and then our only other central midfielder, Tom Price, you start to think, yeah, you were a bit weak in the middle. And I was running out of money. Just run out. I just thought, if my central midfield stays fit, my new one, with Matt Grimes and the other new guys, will be okay, I think. It's when if they all got injured, we might be doomed. But I'm going to gamble that this year, and then hopefully season 3, attack the area. You've got to work on different bits, haven't you, and plan ahead. Onto the left wing, and we've loaned in Alessandro Pozzo, who I think is great, can play on both wings. 21-year-old from Sevilla, got good pace, good skill. We also have 23-year-old Kosovan, who's already here. Basant Selina, who I think is great, all-round player. He's decent, so we'll see what he can do in the Premier League. Over on the right wing, we've loaned in Patrick Roberts, a player I've loaned in before. He's 23 years old now. I don't think he's ever going to play for the team he's from, which is Man City. But I think he's great. Great player to loan. I recommend him. He's backed up by Christopher Peterson, 25-year-old Swede. He's probably going to leave at the end of the year. Keeping him for now. We'll see what money we can get from the end of the season. Now, I signed this kid from Juventus. It ain't cost me too much money, to be fair, but he's got loads of potential. I'm not 100% sure where I was going to play him. I just saw him up there. I looked at him and thought, my scouts liked him. So I don't really see him as a central midfielder, even though he can play there. I see him more as maybe a right winger. Going forward, we've got 3 strikers. Our third is Josh Thomas from the academy. Obviously, on paper, he don't scream amazing, but he's a promising young player. He's only 17 years old, got loads of potential, and it'll be good to have him in and around the first team. We've also loaned Ryan Brewster. Again, he came here last year. Liverpool still don't want him, so we've loaned him back. A great player. I think he's got better, and I think he'll play more games. Hopefully, he'll score more goals than he did in the Championship for us. Jose Juan Macias. Now, he's not a wonder kid in here, but he was when I found him. He said wonder kid. I was buzzing when we signed him. He's not a wonder kid anymore, but he is in my heart. 21-year-old Mexican can play on the left wing, which he does quite a bit, and up front. Exciting player. Like, really exciting. On a lot of money, though. Hopefully he's worth it. Now, when it came to the staff, obviously we've gone up into the Premier League, so I wanted to improve it. Plus, we lost some guys. Lost a scout, Steve Houston, to Chelsea, and we lost Dennis Bergkamp. Great technical coach. He's become Ajax's assistant manager. Well, there you go. But as you can see, I've improved the scouting team, brought in a physio, brought in a coach. I mean, if you look at it, it's decent. And at this time, I've still got spaces, so I'm still working on that. I always work on it. I always try and improve it. I always keep asking to try and get more staff in. And by season 3, I've got tons in, trust me. The bookies all think we're bottom 3 with Brentford and Sheffield United. Whatever, dude. Whatever. City are favourites. I'm alright with that. I'm alright with that. I mean, you look at some of these teams, though. Man City, about 5 players, 10 out. Wow. Total transfer spending 1.6 billion. We spent a decent amount, man. Good 80 million or something. But I think you've got to get in here and spend, and hopefully this young team can gel and play without fear. So this year, I let my assistant pick my pre-season. Next year, I'd take control of that again. But this year, he did it, and it wasn't too bad. I mean, the results weren't perfect. Played some random teams. Played Italian team, Greek team, Scottish team. So he was alright. Bit of a mixture. And don't forget, we are using the Reckonists Skulls Can't Tackle positive tactic. If you want to find it and try it out for yourself, you need to head on over to Steam, check out the workshop, type in the Reckonist, you'll find his page. He's a good lad. He does many tactics. He's got the Maldini tactic that I used for Arsenal, and he's just brought out a new one called Bad Company. Now, I don't always show you stuff like this, but I saved it at this point when I was playing the season just to show you what you're trying to do in the Premier League. Now, the Premier League, you get amazing money, you get great TV money, all that stuff. Your money goes up, everything goes up, it's great. But when you look at this commercial income, I mean, Jesus, can you ever improve that? It's been a long time since I've done something like that. But I've been at a team with shit commercial income, and I don't think you can. I don't think you could ever get anywhere near the likes of United and City. I mean, look at United, 308 million, miles ahead of the next one, which is City. And look us down the bottom on 8.9, just short of 9 million quid. It's now the 1st of January, so let's start for the Carabao Cup. Let's see what we're doing. And we drew Port Vale away, and we won 2-1. Brewster and Fulton got us the goals. I mean, some of these young lads, I'll be honest with you, they're better than I thought they were going to be. Don't get me wrong, though, did rotate this. Probably rotate quite a few games, but yeah, this team of mine could have some exciting moments. This wasn't one of those exciting moments, although we did win. Again, I B team the Carabao Cup quite often. Don't give guys a game, give bigger guys a rest. But we did just enough, and we battered them really. Should have scored way more. On to the 4th round, and we played Millwall. So we haven't played the toughest team so far, no offence, but they give us a game. They should have won. I mean, we had 2 men sent off. How we survived this, I have no idea. We scraped through. Next, it was on to the quarters, and one of our toughest games ever, because it's Wolves, who are a great team on this game, and we battered them. The tactic was brilliant. I mean, the average ratings were amazing. They scored an own goal. Rian got us the winner. But yeah, we're in the semis. 2-legged semi. Is it going to be against Manchester United, Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs? No, it's Bournemouth. No offence, they're a good team. They're rich, by the way. Eddie Howe's a great manager. They've got some good players in here. I've noticed on a few saves this year, Bournemouth buy very cleverly on FM20. So it ain't going to be too easy. They're mid-table Premier League team. Where if we did get to the final, we're going to come up against someone tough. Because in the other semi, it's Chelsea versus City. In the FA Cup, I reckon we're pretty much doomed. Thank God. On a save, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's buggered off. Ernesto Valverde is the manager. I'd take anyone. I'd take Ron Atkinson over Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Anyway, that's a different matter. I had someone in the comments of my Arsenal series absolutely full and abused me for that. And unsubscribe. Because I dared to say Ollie out. Honestly, some people are so delicate. Some very delicate snowflakes in the world today. Just football. Anyway, Manchester United, 3rd round FA Cup. We'll give it our best shot. On to the Premier League though, and ooh, you having that? 7th. Great tactic, I can't lie, but we've got great staff. I think I've made some good decisions. I've definitely made some bad substitute decisions. I've thrown points away when I shouldn't have. But I think we're doing alright. I mean, you look at the player ratings there, we've got no one in the top 3. Not going to have we? We're 7th, but I was really proud of that. 110, drawn 3, lost 7. Going forward, we scored 25 goals, which is okay. 20 less than the big boys, but it's okay. It's alright. Young lads. Defensive wise, just let in 25. Equals it out. Look at City. But one thing I remembered with the old Skulls Can't Tackle on FM19 when I did that 3 tactic experiment, it didn't blow you away with any particular stat. It was just successful. Let's have a look at some of the results so far in the Premier League. We started our campaign off against one of probably the best team in the country. It hurts me to say the best team in the country at the minute. Liverpool away. On TV, we got annihilated, but that did not hold us back. We beat Bournemouth, which gave me some hope for the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. And then look at that run! Look at that run! We didn't beat Chelsea, we drew with Chelsea. But, I mean, don't get me wrong, Brentford, Norwich, Watford, Burnley, Sheffield United, West Brom. Aren't the biggest teams, but when you're the same kind of club as them, you need to pick up points against them, don't you? That's your best options, that's your best chance of staying in the league. Beat Palace, beat Wolves. But then, we started to play some of the bigger boys. We've got to beat up City, we've got to beat up United. We beat Arsenal away with my little cheeky wonder kid getting us the goals, which is fantastic. And then we went on this awful run. West Ham, Everton, Leicester, Spurs, ouch. Beat Southampton and we're just drawn with Palace. So we have a few knocks, a couple of injuries, a suspension or 2, but the squad's doing alright. I'd like some more greens when it comes to average rating. We've only got, 7, 8 players there, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. Some of them have only got that as well because they only played a couple of games. But Miguel Luis, guy I was a bit worried about, the one the board even nearly said no to, he's alright. I like him. Jose Juan, you might think, oh, he's 9 goals in 21 games. I'll be honest with you, he's played most of his games on the left wing. And Ryan Brewster's gone up top. We feel like we've got more quality when we do that. But I mean, some of these guys have been great, man. Matty Grimes, he's suspended, but who is he? Never heard of him until I took it. I never have. I know I should have. I'm not. I mean, who used to play for? Northampton. Great player, man. Great player. Financially as well, we're doing alright. You've got to remember, we're paying off money every month, but we're getting decent income as well. We're in the Premier League, so you get more money, don't you? You get the TV money coming in every month as well. Because some of them deals are like, some of the money is when they score so many goals, when they play so many games. So we're going to have a lot of outlay eventually. But some of it is money per game, like £50,000 to £100,000 a game. So, you know, when you think of all the debt I've kind of put on us, we're doing alright. If we stay this way, it'll be fine. We have our first money affiliate as well, which is great. I was going to try and get another one at the end of the year, try and get more affiliates, especially for scouting, towards the end of the year for that 3rd season. Now, they're not an MLS team, but I have a soft spot for Sacramento Republic. The hardcore subscribers amongst you will know why. Expanding the stadium, and that isn't on me. That is the club who decided to do that, which is great. I always like to improve. If I can improve the facilities a bit more, I will. But if I'm honest, there's a few holes I want to plug, and I really want to, you know, in my 3rd and final year, do something really good. Because again, I've got my short list. There's a couple of good young players I've really got my eye on, and I think we could get. It's April Fool's Day, and more fool me for thinking that just because we beat Bournemouth in the league, we're going to beat them again. I really went into this game thinking we'd do them. It was back even. We got to beat 3-1. Callum Wilson, who's a great player in this game, by the way. In a pretty even game as well, to be fair. Scored his hat-trick. I really thought I was getting to a final, because if you get to a final against Chelsea or City, there's a good chance you're going to get a European spot, isn't there? So I was massively gutted. Do you know where we did win, though? Do you know where we won? Yeah, I know. 3-2. I think they kind of showed us a little bit of disrespect here. Marshall, Greenwood, great, yeah. Maguire played, Zuma. But he definitely wasn't their number 1 team. It definitely wasn't their number 1 team, and they paid the price. Next up, it was a 4th round. And we played Wigan, beat 5-1. The big boys keep coming, we just keep knocking them down, eh? Chelsea, 1-0. Ooh, Ketchup. He got us the goal. And we stood toe-to-toe with them, and we were better than them. And then on to the quarter-final, and we are still rocking, and we are still rolling, and we are still kicking the shit out of other teams. 3-1 against Watford. Eh? The mighty freaking Spurs. With Faith Terrin. Looks like Jose must have got the sack at some point. Mighty Spurs, man. I'm pretty sure they sold Harry Kane to City. Have you seen who they bought to replace him? Marcus Rashford. Never seen that happen on Football Manager. And if you notice where Spurs were in the league then, they were 7th. Means we're not 7th anymore, but we're still 8th. Bournemouth have got themselves that cheeky little EC2 spot, which I'm guessing means... I was going to say lost. The League Cup final. Bournemouth beat Man City. So yeah, we've got, what, 7 games to go, and we are... well, definitely safe. We ain't going down. It's all about battling it out for something good, but I mean, top 6 is very doubtful. These have been our results in the league since you last saw us, and we've only won 3 games, drawn quite a few, lost a couple, got beat off United, got beat off Leicester, drew with Spurs, gives me a bit of hope. Drew with freaking Liverpool, by the way, 2-2. So it's not been perfect, and maybe the cup runs kind of chip away at that. But with my squad looking fitter, less injuries, and with a better average rating, I mean, anything could happen, couldn't it, eh? Look at Luis, best player in the freaking world. I love it. Goals, 17 from Jose Juan. You probably might have noticed he has played quite a few games up front. I have alternated a bit. Him and Brewster have done the sharing. Brewster did a goal every game in the Premier League. Very good player. Now, it was 0-0. It went down to penalties, right? And we won. We've gone to the FA Cup final in an amazing kit at home. Well, I suppose it's at Wembley, innit? So maybe it's a toss-up of who wears the white. I don't know how it works. But we were well better. We were well better than them. And if it weren't for their defence, we would have scored. Their defence was fantastic, right? But I think we were great apart from my star player had the worst game of his career. But we got to the FA Cup final. And it's one North London team to another, who we beat 2-1. Now this, I know, right? Wilfried Zaha plays for freaking Arsenal. Crazy. They had way more opportunities than we did, but we were a better team. Roberts on the right back was freaking awesome. Matty Grimes. Now I think this shows you a good tactic. Oh, look at that, Matty Grimes with his head. A good tactic's great, right? But if you get everything else, we've got a young team. I took a few risks. Financially, decent goal from Zaha. And anything can happen. I mean, we've got to semi-final League Cup and we just won the FA Cup. I mean, it's brilliant. Look at Brewster. I love that kit, by the way. What a goal, what a finish. Happy days. Do you know what I mean? I still, like I said, I played this a couple of days ago, but this is one of them games where it's fantastic. I still feel a hurt when I saw the Bournemouth defeat in the Carabao Cup semi-final, but I still feel the joy and how I felt. Because I have took a risk. I mean, look who's on... Caviaglia, or whatever his name is, that young winger who I took a bit of a gamble on as a backup. He freaking played. Not only that, we did finish in top 6. Hats off to Mr. Reckonist. His tactic's fantastic. But, like he says, and like I say, there's no tactic you can get to plug and play. You still need to do a lot of other things. You might still have success, but if you really be patient with the game and put a lot of thought into everything else, your training, talking to your players, all that stuff, and decision making on match day, I suppose, as well, because I don't always get that right, but I get it right sometimes. Anything can happen. I mean, we lost 11 games, which isn't great, but we scraped in 2 points ahead of Everton. Spurs went off the boil a bit, but we've now just finished in the top 6. We've won an FA Cup, and it's only freaking year 2. It's only our first year in the Premier League. Now, I will advise any of these young players, check them out for yourself, because some of them have been fantastic, but they're a fantastic team. Now, don't get me wrong, these players like Pozo down here, who's on loan, is on loan. Do you know what I mean? It's what it is. Selena, backup left winger, played quite a lot for me this year. When I think about what happens with him next year. But I mean, some of these guys, Matt Grimes, he's like the best midfielder in the league. He's like, should be getting an England call up for the way he's just played this season. He probably won't, but wow. And we've got a decent amount of money still, 56 million. Hopefully I've still got that when I start attacking the transfer market, because there's a couple of players and I only need a few. Last year was the big overhaul. That young team knows each other. We put a few little finishing touches to that team. And what could we do? Just to show you, by the end of the year, I'd finished off the staff. Even though I've still got more spots, I've only just asked for them. And I asked for more. We ended up with about 17 coaches by the start of the new season. And that's where we're at right now. So things are looking, honestly, well good. I never get bored of this. I could do this all day long. Well, there you go. That's the end of episode 2. I've absolutely loved it. It's been brilliant. Hopefully you've loved it enough to smash the like button, to maybe even subscribe if you're brand new, and to hopefully pledge to my Patreon. Keep the channel going, help support the channel, help keep my wife off my back, That is massively appreciated. If you become a patron, you get added to the Bootyverse, which is where my main series are going to be all year, where my stories are going to be all year. Like I said, episode 3 hopefully will be out at the end of the week. I've got to finish playing it. I've got a season left, a bit of a season left to play. There'll be more Munchkin Club out hopefully tomorrow. But yeah, as always, support's been amazing. I hope you're going to have a great year this year. I hope you're all happy. I hope you're all safe, and I hope you all return for episode 3. I love you. I'm Bood. I'll see you next time.